Starting off with Streamer University. So for those of you who don't know, Cenat does this Streamer University thing. This is the second year that he's doing it. They pick from basically hundreds of thousands of young content creators, older content creators that want to make it in the world of streaming. And he brings them together on a college campus that's on break. And then they all have their own phone cameras. They all have their camera person. Then they stream throughout the entire process. It's been going on for the entire week. It's the biggest thing on this platform. But of course, because this community is like completely removed from everything else that happens on Twitch, you probably are kind of oblivious to it. But you know, I've been watching. There's some friends that are there as teachers. There's some people that I've collaborated with as like alumni that have gone there as well. One of the teachers is Ludwig. Valkyrie is another teacher. Sin is another teacher. Agent is another teacher. Some of these classes are actually like for memes. Some of these classes are pretty serious, right? And basically, there's always chaos. There's always drama when you put all of these different like major personalities together, and a lot of younger people that are just simply trying to make it. Grandma's there as well. She's a librarian. I just love puzzles. Grandma is also. I just love puzzles is there. So, you know, that's awesome. And it's been actually very exciting and very cool. And I think you know, Cenat's doing a phenomenal job overall, because look, these sorts of events are always going to be chaotic. I mean, look at streamer awards, right? Like Cutie Cinderella puts that together. That's a one-day event. It's not like an almost week-long event. And even then, there's plenty of drama and plenty of chaos and controversy that takes place whenever you bring a lot of these people together. It's going to happen regardless. A lot of people are going to be upset that they're not invited. A lot of people are going to try to make drama from the outside. There's going to be drama on the inside. That always happens. You're wrangling a bunch of clout goblins together. And it's pure chaos, especially because a big part of what they're trying to do is to fire off clips, right? They're trying to get clips out. They're trying to go viral. This is their biggest opportunity to become famous, right? So, it's a chaotic situation regardless. It's very difficult to control. But ultimately, what I will say is this: I think regardless of all of the negative shit that happens on Streamer University, as an old school streamer that has been doing this professionally for years, is one of the biggest content creators on this platform for almost the last, you know, almost decade or so, I will tell you this: it's fucking awesome. Okay, there's always going to be growing pains. Part of that is because it's not like a super professional event, but it's not supposed to be a super professional event. But there is no one else out there that is bringing this many new eyeballs, this many normie eyeballs, and on top of that, platforming younger content creators this much. No one has the capability to do it. No one has the infrastructure to do it. No one has the bandwidth to do it. And Cenat is the only person doing this. So regardless of your own personal feelings about him, he is actually unbelievably impactful. He is actually phenomenally impactful, and I think is a really, really positive figure for this space in general. A big part of why I also feel this way is because Streamer University is fairly diverse. The space, Twitch, was not always so diverse, right? Streamer University, on the other hand, is unbelievably diverse. As a matter of fact, I'd go so far as to say it's like an unapologetically black event as well. Okay? I know I sound like a super white guy when I say this, but I think that's a great thing. Okay? That's a wonderful thing. That's a really, really cool thing to see. There are a lot of young black content creators that get platformed through this process, and it's a really, like, there is nothing else that I've seen that has given this much opportunity to this many young, creative black men and black women. DreamCon obviously does this as well. And I love RDC, as you guys know. I've attended DreamCon, I really appreciate the RDC boys. But overall, this very directly will pull up and coming young black content creators with dreams who are very creative, and then allow them an opportunity unlike ever before, unlike they would ever receive, to become famous. It's crazy. It's really good. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Of course, there are still going to be issues along the way. Got a lot of culture vultures and clout goblins and the like. And for that reason, there's of course going to be some friction. One of those things that I saw that I really did not like, I saw the data that almost nobody knew from last year is successful today. Wait, what? That's not true. There were plenty of people that were already on the. There were plenty of people who were on the up and up that went to Streamer University and became unbelievably successful. Are you kidding me? Arky, Yugi, there are so many people. Yeah, Paige. You just don't know about them. Yana. Yeah, there are it's not going to be every single person became massive content creators. That's not how this works. It's a very top heavy platform in general, but there are so many content creators now that are known figures in the space, mid-level content creators, and even larger content creators now that have really popped off in the process. Most people who debuted there don't have more viewers than they did before the event, at least according to the stuff I saw. Oh, you're talking about you're look, data analysis that tries to quantify something that is also qualitative is going to be difficult. It's still a very top-heavy platform. Ludwig had Auto do the actual data. Oh, that's where you guys are coming from. Yeah, but I don't know what the secret sauce is. I don't know what the recipe is. I don't know the secret sauce or the recipe. But I think if you're already on the up and up, if you're kind of a known content creator, you do get a lot more opportunities from it. The number he's talking about is 87% don't see the same views as they do at Streamer University. Yeah, that's a silly way to look at that data. That's a wrong interpretation of that data. I don't even know if Ludwig himself was making that point. I mean, I'll look at it. I'll look at the data and I'll give you my assessment as someone who's, a little bit of a data nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff, because it's my fucking job, right? It's the other part of my job. But overall, I think it's a great way to establish your name. The average viewer increase after Streamer University's 4 viewers. Yeah, I hate stuff like that. Data points like that are created. They're designed. Data points like that are designed specifically to show you that most people don't make it. I could have told you that already. Okay? That's not what we're looking for here. Okay? Yeah, of course most people don't make it even when they get this opportunity. Yeah, but averages in that situation is dumb. It's a single platform analysis that's not going to give you the full scope of the information. There's all these other platforms that these guys exist on as well. There's buzz around them. If they have been able to seize on that opportunity or not is a whole different story. That's not the full story, though. Unless Ludwig's point was simply attending Streamer University is not going to cause you to become successful overnight, and you shouldn't take for granted all the additional views that you're getting during the Streamer University, then that absolutely makes sense. He's 100% right about that. Okay? The average viewership of all the streamers. Yeah, which I suspect is the point he's probably trying to make. That it requires so much more consistency. It requires an unfathomable amount of consistency that most people don't have. And it's what you make of this opportunity, right? It's what you make of this opportunity that matters. So data analysis, top-down data analysis like that is good for a broader point that he's making. If that's the point that he's making, I agree with it. But if the point he's making is like, oh, it doesn't actually help people, well, the reality of the matter is it does help every single person. To what degree it helps every single person is obviously limited. But then also on top of that, oh, wait, hold on. I got to fix something while I do this. So you guys see this? You guys see this fucking shirt and how it like gets fucked up and it does artifacting? Apparently there's a way to fix that. And I got to do that real quick. Visual artifacts. Nick Andros, the YouTuber, has gotten annoyed by my artifacting. And there's an easy way to do it, apparently. How to fix. Hold on. I'm going to do it real quick. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Where do we go? Scale filtering? Lanxos. That's it. Let's see if it worked. Is it better? Nope, it's still happening. So I guess it didn't work. Wait, hold on. Is it better? Is it better? I can't tell. Do it in the other scene too. It is better, right? It's a little bit better. It visibly got better. Still not enough though, it seems. Okay, shout out to Nick Andros for helping with this. You have disabled checked? Yeah, no, it's currently, it was on disable. Scale filtering was on disable. And then putting it on Lanxos actually helped a little bit. I care more about if this impacts readability of small tweets you do sometimes. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't happen here anyway, but it does happen when I'm, it doesn't happen in this situation. But it does happen certainly on the, when it's like tiny on the corner. Nice suit, by the way. Our favorite never nude. Anyway, here, let's play this real quick.
Participated in Streamer U 2025 is down 287 viewers. Wow. They have lost viewers year over year. Wow. Now, obviously, that's outweighed by people with larger streams. Okay, they have much more of an impact. The median streamer, all right, the median, we know what the median is, right? You slash both ends so you get the person in the middle. All right, Marlon, you shaking your head no?
No. Sarah is on me again. Like,
it's all right. The median viewers, all you need to know, has gained 4 viewers before and after Streamer U. Okay? This is you. This is what you will be, all right, next year after all the excitement's over, after all the collabs happened, all right, after your viewership skyrocketed, your followership skyrocketed, you are going to get 4 more viewers. Over half, if you got a white star, that is you. Over half of the streamers have gained single-digit viewers or lost viewers year over year. Okay, why do we think that is? Streamer U's supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. You're supposed to have made it. You're in the big leagues. Marlon, why not?
Well, I do think when you come here, everybody's gonna spike. Big streamers, small streamers. When you leave, you gotta make sure you entertain them on your own as well and try to capitalize on it and then grow, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, capitalize, I like that. What else?
Kind of like what he's saying, but you also gotta find ways to maintain the trajectory, because it's like, this is gonna skyrocket you in one way or another, but if you just instantly go back to not changing anything about your content or not implementing things you might have learned or not collabing with people that you met, you're just gonna end up right back where you were.
I think ultimately, when shit's going good, when the viewer number's up, it's really easy to spark stream, all right? It's really easy to post clips with Streamer U in it, and they do amazing, okay? You know what sucks? Is doing it when you don't have a great game plan, when you have nothing going on, all right? So motivation is great, but we should discipline ourselves in small things and from those progressive things of greater value. This is Marcus Aurelius, okay? He was the leader of Rome, the largest empire in the world. He wrote himself a journal called Meditations. It was his private thoughts. It was never published. They published it after he died. He's the most powerful man on earth. He's writing this, okay? He has everything in front of him. He is writing this. So what does it mean to be disciplined versus motivated? Okay, we all know motivation's fickle. Discipline's forever. How do we get some discipline? This is an activity. I want you guys to all be doing this right now. This was your homework. If you did it, good. If you didn't, do it now. Pen and paper. Pen and paper right now. If not, you can put it in your phone right now. That is fine. But I need you to write this down later.
Anyway, it's a top-heavy platform, so it will always create top-heavy results regardless. That's the biggest reason. So you'll see some people who really blow the fuck up. It's a zero-sum game for the most part, okay? Unless you're just like constantly bringing in newer audiences from the outside, like TikTok and other platforms, which is what Kai has done, which is what Keizo has done, which is what Jinxie did initially as well, and I think continues to do. Okay? It's a very top-heavy platform. Sunyan, what are you wearing? I'm just showing my support, dude. I'm just showing my goddamn support. You see what I'm wearing. These colors don't run, baby. You already know what it is. Okay? Don't even get me started. What's the problem? Issue an apology to Zoran for making fun of him? Never. I just woke up from a 3-month nap. Is it still a bannable offense to be from Naperville? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. As I was saying, as I was saying, okay? He like Ludwig is right that obviously you need to stay motivated. It's really difficult to stay motivated. It's really difficult to stay motivated when you don't have a lot going on, when you don't have built-in content, when you don't have a lot of excitement around you. You have to generate that buzz. One of the worst things, at least in my experience as a streamer, is when I pour my fucking heart and soul into a piece of content that I've tried to generate buzz around and like worked really hard to put together, as opposed to my like regular shit that I do, and it never reaches the same results. It's really sad. One example of it is like, there's a lot of work, a lot of planning, and logistics that go into, for example, flying out to different places, doing these speeches, things of that nature, right? There's a lift associated with it that you don't have when you just fucking sit around at home. And like when I went to China, for example, but because of all these other issues, because my audience simply wants me to do news, because my audience doesn't want, any IRL content, like people just don't watch. It sucks. It's discouraging. I obviously am super stubborn, so I will do it regardless, but that kind of stuff is super discouraging. Anyway, so you just got to push through it. But ultimately, I'm not, giving streamer advice or whatever. I was just going to talk about Streamer University in general, and then we got into like silly shit. Oh, here. This is what I was going to talk about. Your son? This is what I was going to talk about. So, Blackboy Max, he's doing his own thing. Love the guy. As you guys know, he's great. You've probably seen him on the stream before. I beat him in basketball before. It's not a big deal. But basically, he's like, a lot of people have been kind of clowning on him because he got a diva tattoo. And they're saying he's like zesty, regular like teenager memes for the most part from people who are just like not very comfortable with their own sexuality. So when they see someone express themselves in a way, when they see someone express themselves in a way that doesn't fit like regular stereotypes, gender norms, sexuality norms, they oftentimes, people who are insecure will push back. And that's precisely what happened. There's this guy who is a TikToker, OJ Suave. Okay, he's like a fashion TikToker, which makes this situation extra strange. And OJ Suave, why are you defending this? Defending what? You don't even know what I'm about to say. Shut your bitch ass up and take a goddamn week off, dumb fuck. What do you mean defending this? You think I'm gonna fucking not call out people being weirdly homophobic? Are you stupid, Taz Kid Noah? You've been in here for 42 fucking months. Hello? Is this your first encounter with me talking about shit like this? This is in my fucking wheelhouse, okay? Anyway, so Max so in Streamer University, for those of you who don't know, for Streamer University, everyone is like staying with a content creator, right? Like most people are staying in rooms, and Blackboy Max is in rooming up with this kid named Wardrobe. He's 17 years old. He's actually phenomenal. Very funny content creator. I believe he's gay. I don't want to assume, but he is, right? Is Wardrobe not gay? Okay, he is gay. Okay. He's awesome. So, and it's been very wholesome, like seeing them collab with one another. Blackboy Max has always been like very, far more open-minded than a lot of people his age would be, right? A lot more open-minded about that sort of stuff. And they've made great content together, right? It's like very funny. It's funny seeing their interactions with one another. It's great. It's great. It's encouraging. It's open-mindedness. It's more of what we need in this space. But this guy apparently did not really appreciate that, and he had some choice words for it. Here, I'll give you a little taste of this, dog. I'm sorry, but this gay guy right here is so fucking funny. He's wiping the tears off his glasses. Let me see this.
What building are you in?
A Miller building.
Miller? Okay. Who's your roommate?
Playboy man.
Oh, you don't like?
No, we cool. He just keep trying to, he want to do shit together. Like, no, I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to, like, girl, no, I have cheer practice. I told him, he was like, no, come. So now I got to get a slushie because he said get a slushie. So I had to get a slushie with him. And then he probably waiting outside. I'm like, no.
This is Wardrobe. This is Plaqueboy Max's roommate.
And then he leaves in the room dirty. There's no way a chair should be on the floor. It ain't no way, like, it's ridiculous, you know? Like, I'm trying to give them space, you know?
They coming right now. Hello, I'm with Wardrobe right now. He's crying, like he's you know, he's little.
He's wiping the tears off of his glasses. Anyway, this was in the beginning. So, he's hilarious. Okay, he's fucking hilarious. Always want to say this: when it's easy to defend Plaqueboy Max, let's be a reflection of the things the LGBTQ community feel and have to deal with every day without the support and nobody in the room or the internet. I mean, that's crazy to say that here for the record, because this is the one community where we do that all the time. And I have a broader opinion on this in general, but you're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of people, I think, feel like this is part of the reason why it's like difficult to come out. It's part of the reason why it's like even in 2026, things like gay pride do matter. If I'm gonna, take off my faux hat for a second, because I know we do irony here. I joke around a lot, but the reality of the matter is this is a safe community, and the rest of the internet and the rest of the real world is simply still objectively unsafe. Okay, is this clip a bit or is he serious? Yeah, this is a bit, chatter. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. This clip, on the other hand, is not a bit. Anyway, I think I'm sufficiently giving you a backstory of Plaqueboy Max and Wardrobe, just so you guys understand. So Plaqueboy Max has been getting, Plaqueboy Max has been getting yelled at a little bit on the internet. People say he's like zesty, he's gay, all this stuff, because he's expressing himself in a way that is, not the norm, right? Like there's this expectation, there's this gender expectation, there's this expectation of your sexuality. Oh, you're a cisgender heterosexual guy. You're supposed to dress a certain way. You're not supposed to do certain things. It's very restrictive. And not only is it very restrictive, but it's very insecure. This comes from a place of insecurity for those of you who don't realize, like, especially amongst the youth, this kind of stuff still very much persists, right? Like there is definitely this weird, there's definitely like this weird restrictive attitude from weirdos who are uncomfortable with their own sexuality and want to make it everybody else's problem, in my opinion. Also, here's a cute clip from Plaqueboy Max watching Wardrobe and supporting Wardrobe during cheer practice. Or the talent show, not cheer practice, sorry. Anyway, so this streamer, OJ, he comes up to Plaqueboy Max and he starts talking to him about, that was the talent show. I apologize. Okay, I don't know all the details. Give me a break, okay? And for those of you who don't know, Plaqueboy Max, if you don't know, he's an artist, he's a producer. He has a lot of other musicians on, and he does these collab streams with them and stuff. And also on top of that, he's like, as a guy, he's like a little bit, he's on his Prince vibe right now, okay? He's on his Prince shit. He's doing the Prince thing a little bit, okay? Grammy nominated, for the record. So let's see what this conversation looks like now.
Stick dick type of gay, like.
Yeah, diva. Why you wanna
be a diva?
On some flash shit.
When you want to be a diva?
Some flash
You're a demon. You need holy oil, right? You need to sit down in the holy oil. You need to go get a church bath and cleanse your body, right? I think you are confused. I think you need some guidance. I think your parents feel a little way about that. I think you're clip farming and you're getting your clips. You pushing the persona. You smart. You loyal. I know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You've been at this. But you are not a diva. Divas bend over. I don't think you bend over. You're not the little boys in Clover. You're not Tota. You're not a diva. You are a grown man. Black boy Max. Not black.
Like, look at his initial reaction of excitement, because he's like, oh, I know this dude, whatever. To like, who are either of these people? Okay, man, subscribe and fucking rewind. Okay, subscribe to the goddamn broadcast if you want to fucking hear me explain it. This ain't Google. Okay, some of y'all have grown far too comfortable asking these goddamn questions. You think I didn't already spend the last 35 minutes explaining the backstory? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Literally, as soon as I got done with the explaining, motherfuckers come in and go, hey, run it back for me right now. Holy shit. Full clips gives more context. Dog, this literally is the full clip. There's even longer. It's a 7-minute one now. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, he basically gets Black Boy Max ends his 24/7 stream after a berating rant from OJ Swalway, calling him a sellout over recently expressing himself and getting a diva tattoo.
Well, say what's up, bro. I want to see you.
See you later.
High five shot.
I'm like, damn, this nigga fly.
Look how excited he is to talk to him. He's like, oh, you're fly as hell. All this shit. Because he's like a fashion. He's like a fashion guy. He's like a fashion TikToker, I think. He's like live streaming now.
Plastic dick type of gay, like.
And then he starts giving him, and then he starts ripping into him. He's like, you're not a diva. You're a grown man. You don't bend over. All this shit, right? So he's just being homophobic. What is this, dude? I ain't gonna lie. You're a complete sick to your chat. You're a complete sick to your chat sometimes, and people can't rewind or don't know how, and they're just finding you, and they're doing that. Isn't a good look. Just saying, okay, man, shh, it's okay. I'm sorry. I can't do customer service 24/7, man. Can we fucking lock in, please? I know the environment and the medium requires interaction all the time, but like there's 22,745 other people in here, and most of them already got the context because they were watching ahead of time. It's crazy. I think people develop this expectation that it's going to be customer service time. It's customer service o'clock. All the time.
Are you gonna tell your son that you are a diva? Daddy, what's diva? Hey, get the fuck out of here. That is an abomination, Max.
Yeah, he says it's abomination. He says you're not a diva. He says all this shit. Sorry, I'll play it from here.
Of you.
And then he says, I'm not proud of you.
Nominations, changing the game, changing your skin to Bati Diva. Diva start with D. Diddy. What else? You know, it's like this, Max. And you know, I could speak like this because after the clips go up and they don't like me, I don't use social media no more, so I can be a crackhead for life. When you keep pushing that barrier, Max, when you keep pushing that barrier, and time passes, what happens? What next?
I'm misunderstanding. He needs to rise to the diva title? No, he's just straight up fucking telling him like, you're stop. Basically, he's saying stop with this gay shit. You're not gay. Gay people are Diddy. Okay, that's what he's saying. But I will say this: homophobia in the big 2026. But I will say this: the response from the community has actually been quite positive. Everybody fucking clowned on this dude. everybody was like, bro, stay in your own fucking lane. What the fuck are you doing? Like, a lot of people were clowning on him for being like, says you, motherfucker, you're a fashion guy. Like, you're flamboyant as hell. You've been clowned on in the past for getting your nails done with like a French tip or whatever. So it has been kind of, it turned this like negative situation into a positive situation. It is also kind of funny that this community doesn't understand what the conversation is about because the dude is, you know, dressed this way. So they're like, wait, well, does he mean a diva title is something you can only, you know, choose to achieve for the seek to arrive at for the rest of your life? No, it's not like, it's not a gay dude telling him the diva title is too difficult to achieve. How dare you call yourself diva? Okay, no, this is not. This is a person who is being super fucking homophobic.
What's the next engagement? What's the next clip?
He's saying you're being. He's saying like you're doing this like demonic gay shit just so you can farm clicks.
Lose yourself. Don't sell your soul, Max. They want your soul because you changed the game. Don't sell your soul. You know I have a soul. You know I don't hold my tongue. You know you the first person that ever subbed me up as a big streamer in my chat. You didn't mention it. You don't know how much I appreciate you. But you bigger than that. Don't forget like you for your personality. Is you crazy? You don't need to put on no persona. You broke through with music. Is you crazy? So suck my. You don't like.
What is this? Important for chat to understand because I'm seeing too much of this. This says nothing about the black community, the Caribbean community as a whole. This is just regular homophobia. You don't need to try to rationalize it by attaching generalizations like that just aren't true. Yes, I say this as a Caribbean person. Yeah, that's also another part of this because like most of the people that clowned on him in his immediate vicinity are also, I mean, there's like his roommate, his Wardrobe. We just showed you like and his roommate Wardrobe also fucking defended Max as well and like criticized them too. And Wardrobe is 17. This dude is old as hell. I think he might even be older than me. In his old ass age, Unc is out here fucking talking mad shit. Weirdly enough, doing old school homophobia for no reason.
It's like the character, but your main like you. Don't let rage bait you.
When he got called out later, he said it was a Caribbean joke. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Your own stream, is you crazy? You him? You're not no diva. Oh, not drive that. That's not true. You playing the character too much. God, you not no diva. I'm gonna pop it because I'm not gonna get no comments today. I'm talking about I'm gonna get my because I want to SU. But I'm not no diva. You fly though. You got fly. I'll give you that. You have to dime me on that. You got fire. I'll give you that. You fly.
Like he didn't do.
You're not no diva.
Yeah, and then basically he's 25. Oh shit! I thought he was old. Anyway, never mind. Not the point. Anyway, so yeah, after all that, he made our boy tear up.
I'm gonna end my stream.
He'd done like 24-hour streams before this.
I don't really want to chill. I want to just chill. I've been streaming this whole time, and I've been having a lot of fun. You know, people just really just accepting me for who I am. Honestly, the whole time. So it's just felt like damn. I felt like I enjoyed this shit again. But you know, the reason I turned the camera back on is because I want to be real with y'all. Like that's why I started doing shit in the first place. Because streaming ability, I feel like, all right, streaming, give me the ability to do that. You know. That's why I love it in the first place. I feel like I've always been able to be me. And even if they don't fuck with me, or like viewers and fans, if they, like if they, how do I explain it, hate on me or don't fuck with me, that's cool. Because at the end of the day,
so, look, I'm going to give you a broader top-down approach to all this, okay? I mean, it's really fucked up And I'm glad that he was honest with his audience. Like, he was vulnerable. He was honest with his audience. He explains like what he's going through as far as like being able to express yourself in a creative way, in a different way. And then getting that kind of pushback is really goddamn annoying. It's straightforward bullying. And let's be real, in many respects, it's also very homophobic. I like Max isn't, as far as I know, I don't think he's gay. But regardless, like you don't have to be gay to be victim to homophobia in general, right? But one of the things that I'm really frustrated by, because Streamer University overall very positive. I want to put that out there one more time. Overall great. There's situations like this that happen, but it's overall a very good experience, very positive experience. A lot of new content creators get the notoriety for the first time ever. They get the looks that they never would, right? This is not just a problem for Streamer University. This is not just a problem that exists in the W community or whatever. Just so you guys understand, this is a broader issue on the platform, and it's a broader issue on the internet. Most people in our sphere, they lean into metas. Okay? If something is considered appropriate to do, if something is like an easy joke to fire off, people will be careless and people will be thoughtless without recognizing what they're saying and doing because they just want that clip. And basically what ended up happening is it became trendy, as it always was, right? But it became extra trendy to just like clown on Max for his diva tattoo and just do like gay jokes, right? And amongst friends, it can be fine. Obviously, there's a fine line, right? Like there's context to it, there's nuance to it. But that clearly pushed way past that point. And I assume that if you're getting inundated with this kind of commentary all the fucking time, it weighs on you, right? It weighs on you. It just like starts being unbelievably fucking annoying that like every interaction that you're having, especially with like people that you don't really know, this is a chaotic environment where like everyone is kind of, the knives are out almost, or everyone's just kind of trying to fire off a clip off of your name, off of your reputation. Everyone's just trying to fucking maybe clown on you or respect you, right? And Black Boy Max at this point is a large content creator in this space. He's no longer like a new content creator. This is the new generation coming in. And if every interaction is that he's having, or most interactions that he's having, end up revolving around, sorry, I don't know why I went there. If every interaction he's having is clouded by this, this negative experience where people are just trying to call him gay or like bully him or something like that, it's going to weigh on you, and it did, and it's clear that it was weighing on him. And it's totally fucked up and totally unacceptable. And we, as a community and as people who are on Twitch, as people who are on this platform, also play into that a little bit, I think. But the space in general has shifted more and more to the right. And I've noticed this because of what I do. I've noticed this in general. Like, there was a period during peak woke. There was a period during peak woke where like there was a lot of social pushback and a lot of pressure from other content creators that if you did something like this, people would say that's not acceptable. Okay? And I think over the last couple of years, Elon Musk purchasing Twitter becoming a right-wing shithole, Twitter's right-wing attitudes seeping into every other website, every other platform, Reddit, and certainly Twitch, Kick, and its malignant and odious influence on streaming in general has made it so that a lot of people are seeking out the bottom of the barrel content. A lot of people are behaving like nuisance streamers, and a lot of people are pushing those boundaries and making this a less safe space. Okay. A less safe space overall for people who don't fit in to gender norms, for gay people, for trans people, certainly. And I've obviously noticed this trend line from where I'm standing, given that this is a community that covers mostly social issues and political issues. But I think a part of that is because it's just gotten normalized. Like more and more right-wing and reactionary content gets normalized. This isn't to say that like jokes are unacceptable or whatever. I love cracking jokes. I make jokes myself. You know, I do ironic homophobia all the fucking time. It's like a big part of what I do is I tell people I'm a LGBT foe, right? But there's context and there's nuance. Like this is a safe space, right? This is a space where that kind of stuff, what just happened to Max, would never happen, right? Like that's the difference. Like this is a very gay friendly, very queer friendly community. Perhaps maybe the most queer friendly community on this platform, especially at this size. So, you're also telling people you're boning Mitch McConnell? Yeah, exactly. Obviously, because you want to know why? Because I'm fucking comfortable with my sexuality. That's where a lot of this comes from. A lot of these people are not. Yeah, I don't mind being written up in the fucking Atlantic or Huffington Post being like, I'm actually having gay sex, or as I like to call it, sex with Senator Mitch McConnell, 84, Kentucky. Okay, that's the difference. That's the difference. That's the context. That's the nuance, right? Whereas there are places where people aren't being ironic. There are plenty of people who aren't comfortable, especially young people who are still not very comfortable with their own expressions of sexuality, expressions of gender. And then this kind of stuff happens. Speaking of which, by the way, Mitch McConnell still hasn't denied. Still haven't heard from Mitch. Just pointing that out there. This is a totally separate issue. But yeah. Anyway.
It's like, I don't know them, but on my own platform, it's like, damn, bro, if you fuck with me and really felt that way, why would you say on the stream in front of hundreds of niggas?
Yeah.
You don't care about it for real. You just know it go viral.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm pretty. This is me. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I might be a little weird, bro. I might test some shit. Oh, bro. I don't give a fuck. What's wrong with being gay? There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Y'all just whack. You're corny. And you just think how the next think. You don't have your own mind, bro. That's whack. But I'm going to be myself, regardless. None of y'all can just fuck with me. I don't care. You might think that because you're closed-minded, but it's one love, bro. It's one love. It's one love, bro. It don't matter. Niggas gay, it don't matter. They straight. It don't matter, bro. Why don't we just love each other, bro? So, I don't care, bro. OJ, if you fuck with me, you said that off camera. You could have pulled me aside. I'd love to talk to you off camera. Why you saying?
I mean, it's not even, I don't think that's a conversation that you need to have with him at all. I don't think he should be saying those things at all, for the record. Like, even in this moment where he's like calling OJ out, he's like, why didn't you have this conversation with me off camera? Like that's still indicative of the fact that, like, that's a valid conversation to even be having at all. It's not, right? Yeah, he doesn't have that right to tell you anything like that. He's just being a fucking weirdo. Off camera, on camera. On camera makes it far worse, of course. But yeah, he's just fucking being a goddamn weirdo. It's none of his goddamn business. You know, you do whatever the fuck you want to do, man.
That's on camera. But it's cool. I love y'all, bro. I'm good off this, to be honest. I'm gonna just go chill, all right? I love y'all, but remember this always. Always be yourself. What they say. I don't care. I'm gonna wear my wigs. I don't give a fuck. I got diva tag. I'm gonna keep it forever. This is who I am. Thief, I'm fly. I'm on my own shit. That's me. So always be yourself. Embrace what make you different, because that's what's gonna make you pop. All right? I love y'all, bro. I'm out of this. I don't care. This has been amazing, though. I'll probably go live tomorrow, but I'm not trying to party, bro. When who just really, you don't give a fuck about me, bro. It's cool.
Yeah, I think his point is that OJ didn't say any of that out of genuine care for Mac. He was just clip farming. Yeah. Also, it's not a valid conversation. Even if you're a fucking family member, it's not a valid conversation to have. This is a conversation that many young gay men, many young queer people have to have with their fucking families. It's a goddamn annoying conversation to have with a loved one. Is important for them to be more understanding and be more accepting regardless, right? That's my point. My point is, if you are watching this unfold, one, it's none of your fucking business, and two, it's completely unacceptable to be like, I don't really appreciate what you're doing. Like, who the fuck are you? Anyway, it pisses me off. It really pissed me off seeing this shit. But there is a positive ending to it, I guess, which is that the community did actually immediately kick in and they checked them, right? I mean, I said, what is this chud ass nonsense, man? Take that shit to kick. But there were a lot more people who actually talked about it. There's a clip from, I want to see the Wardrobe clip, because Wardrobe found out about it. Again, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. Wardrobe is 17 years old, okay? This guy is 17 years old. He is half my age, bro. Half my motherfucking age.
I don't know why you're trying to be funny or some talk shit about Max. Like, he didn't do nothing. Did he say something to you directly?
No,
Wait, did he say something to you directly?
I went up to Max.
You went up to him, exactly.
Yeah.
So you bullied him first, right?
I have so much respect for this dude. Little dude popped off, okay? 17 years old, surrounded by all these other people that he doesn't really know. He's going up to a person who's like, almost twice his age, straight up confronting him immediately after. This dude is a legend, okay?
So if he say some shit about you first, then it's gonna be a problem though, right?
Okay, are we gonna have a conversation here, or are you gonna walk to me and walk away? Because I'm a person with multiple perspectives.
Okay,
So
well, there could be multiple perspectives, but you still don't disrespect somebody like that. At the end of the day, that's still highly rude. If you got a problem, keep it to yourself, boo. If you don't respect nobody, then you don't get respect for yourself.
Okay.
I'm hold up, I'm not done.
Oh,
then
King! Oh my God. Oh, amazing.
Okay, exactly. You talk about some idea, boo, 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 boo. You the one. Okay? Okay. Second of all.
So I just want to.
Hey, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Is this a clip?
No, because I can put the cameras down.
No.
I can put the cameras down.
No, but I want to have
No, because I can put the cameras down.
Max walked away from me.
He walked away from you because he felt uncomfortable with you. Obviously,
Okay,
you
but
coming
I'm a
up there
person,
pressing
I'm a
him.
human being
Okay,
on
you're a
the
human
camera.
being bullying other human beings
You
over somebody that
perceive
didn't
it
do
as
nothing.
bullying.
He's going to the club. What the fuck do the club got to do with him doing this and that, doing this and that?
perceive it as bullying.
No, it's not. I'm there. No. What do you perceive it as? No, what do you perceive it as? What do you perceive it as? I'm in the middle of talking. You keep interrupting me. I'm actually, go ahead, talk.
Okay, so one, I had a conversation with Max. Max walked away. If Max felt away, I'd been knew Max. Max was one of the first streamers I knew. I feel like as a person to a person, if you feel away about something, you enlighten me. You don't walk away. Everybody talks about streaming. This, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm just talking to them. I'm talking to you right now. You're looking back in your chats.
Yeah, I am. Because I don't listen to anything you say. I'm not listening to what you.
So, I mean, this is fucking amazing. Okay, this is amazing. He's amazing. What can you say? Absolutely cooking his ass.
I'm not listening to anything you're saying.
About my opinion.
I really don't. I really don't give a fuck because you still disrespecting somebody either way.
Bullying him.
That's what you do. That's literally.
Look, I don't know the other dude. I don't know OJ. I don't know Wardrobe. I've only seen some clips of Wardrobe. Okay. All I'm gonna say is this. All right. I don't know what his background is. I don't know what his perspective is. I've only learned about it basically off the clips that I've seen. Obviously, like a lot of people are saying, like, can't believe he's calling someone else a diva. Like the fact that he's also like the little bit of information that I got about OJ, it makes me think that this is literally the reason why he was doing this to Blackboy Max, because he probably gets yelled at a lot and he gets called gay a lot, and that makes him insecure about expressing himself a certain type of way. So it's like, it's projection. It's pure projection, right? It's insecurity and it's projection. Like, there's
Well,
no,
I don't know why you're trying to be funny or something.
I just don't understand what the deal is here. Like, a lot of this comes down to insecurity. Okay, that's it. I know people are going to use sociological terms. You're going to say this is male fragility. This is queer phobia. You know what it is? It's insecurity. Okay, it's insecurity. That's all it is. You feel vulnerable. Other people have bullied you in some ways for putting yourself out there and experimenting with the way that you look. And then you take that insecurity and then you try to fucking make other people feel small. The appropriate thing to do in that situation is not to bully others because you got bullied. The appropriate thing to do is stand up on your own. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for who you are and what you want to do. Okay? That's it. That's what it fucking comes down to. I really, really appreciate what the wardrobe did here too, because it shows that he is secure in himself. That's the difference. That is the major difference here. He is very secure in himself. This takes a lot, man. It really takes a lot. Especially because, like, most of these spaces are there's nascent homophobia in most of these different spaces. It's not indicative of the individuals that comprise this universe, this little corner of the internet that we're in. But there is that attitude all the time. And for him to, especially do this at the age of 17, he has to be unbelievably confident in himself. So I really, really respect it. And the same goes for Max too. Same goes for Max as well, to be vulnerable like that in front of his own audience, to be like, look, I didn't appreciate that experience at all, to come out and be able to say that, knowing full well that there are always still going to be people who respond like they're fucking chuds. But yeah, Blackboy Max is young too. These guys are all very young. And if you're out there and you're watching this stuff unfold and it reminds you of your own personal experiences, okay? It reminds you of your own upbringing, your own development, maybe a friend that did the same thing to you, maybe a family member that had a conversation with you because of the way you express yourself or the way you feel. Just remember, okay? It gets better. Okay? It always gets better. You will find your community, you will find a space where you belong, and that it is totally fucking unacceptable. And most normal people in the real world understand that. Okay? Most people, they don't give a shit about this stuff. I know it feels like, especially when you're on the internet, especially when this kind of stuff is left unchecked, it kind of feels like the environment is very hostile and that everyone around you feels the exact same way. That's not the case, okay? That's not the case. It's not the case at all. Most normal people, most good people understand right from wrong. There are obviously always going to be people, due to social conditioning, due to their own vulnerabilities, their own insecurities, that will then turn around and try to compound on that hatred and make others feel small as well. So just remember, it's their behavior, it's their own insecurities that is causing them to project this way. So I know it's tough, especially if you're on the receiving end in the moment, but that's number one. And number two, the overwhelming majority of people are kind people, good people, and they don't have these sorts of feelings. Okay, they don't harbor this kind of fucking resentment. I know it sounds especially if you're going through it in that moment, or if you watch something like this unfold, and then you're reminded of your own personal experiences that you've had in your life. But it gets better. Okay, it always gets better. Just remember, it's a self-report, it's projection, it's their insecurity. Okay. What a dumb argument, Hasan. This feeling would not be there if most people gave a shit. Bullying only exists because everyone allows it to happen with zero consequences. So, no, most people are not good. Well, that's really interesting because I'm literally showing you overwhelming support for people who actually called him out, and the community that he's a part of checking him for this behavior. We're watching people stand up to him. Also, it's kind of funny that you're in this community of all fucking communities for 28 months and you have this kind of cynical attitude. This is one of the largest communities on the fucking website, on this goddamn platform. And it's one where that kind of behavior is never allowed, is never considered appropriate. So it's kind of strange for you to have this kind of cynical opinion when you're surrounded by like-minded individuals. Well, not like-minded on this issue, but surrounded by individuals who obviously do see right from wrong. So it's very odd for you to have this kind of doomer cynicism.
What she did? All clips need to be confronted. I'm confronting you about what I just saw.
All clips.
All clips, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Max, and he
Oh my God. Look at how they messed too.
I'm gonna kill him, and I'm gonna mail something to his address to let him know he violated my Maxi Waxy.
First of all, number one, I'm not even gonna say that.
And get out your head.
You being human, girl. All humans deserve respect. You got them little ass guts on. You doing the most. Okay, but I'm asking you a question, and I'm telling you to apologize or don't apologize.
Okay, you see
apologize or don't apologize. Apologize or don't apologize. Apologize or don't apologize.
We are in a
apologize. Look. His response immediately is to say, you're faking it for camera. Meanwhile, what he's doing is actually faking it for camera. What he's doing is wearing a mask. Okay? That's another case of projection. I've seen it so many fucking times. I see it in my comment section. I see it on the internet broadly, especially on fucking Twitter. This kind of behavior, again, comes from vulnerability and comes from insecurity. He's the one who's actually putting on a fucking mask. I'd go so far as to say even the outward homophobia he's demonstrating towards Max, and even in this circumstance a little bit, is actually partially real, right? Partially real, partially due to social conditioning, but it's also partially just his own vulnerability. So he's like projecting again. He's like, oh, you're faking it. You're confronting me. You're not being real. You're only confronting me and faking it for the cameras. We wouldn't be having this conversation if it wasn't for the cameras. No, I think the very fact that he's doing it in front of the cameras is good because the incident happened on camera. So it's important for other people in this space, in this community, to understand that this kind of behavior is fucking unacceptable. Okay? And not only that, but it's, you know, it's very clear that he's coming at it from a real place. But yeah. This is a microcosm of like normalized bigotry that we see all over the place. I mean, there was another guy, Ant, humbled OJ after he came at Black Boy Max yesterday. Here, let's watch this.
I feel like because Max publicly posted his tattoo, he was okay with whatever opinion. Same way, this is where everybody comes on, and I appreciate it.
So it's a difference from the public and then his friend. Why would you make it worse on somebody that you call your friend? That's fucked up. If you call a nigga your friend, just hear me out. If I say you my man, and I already had the public fucking me up, why would you make it worse? And now I'm just broken down. I just thought you was on my side. You get what I'm saying?
I understand that perspective, and I can sit down and reflect. But as far as...
Anyway, but then look at this shit. Look, the only people who have problem with are gays, Twitch streamers who act like they care for the brand, emotional grown men. What he said to Max was snap out of it until it gets worse. Gay people will never understand this, and that's why they're attacking OJ, grown-ass man crying. Bro, that kind of attitude is so fucking commonplace on the goddamn internet, man. This is part of the reason why these conversations have to be public. Okay? This is part of the reason why these conversations have to be motherfucking public, because there are a lot of dumb fucks out there who, through this environment of silence, if there's no pushback whatsoever for this kind of fucking behavior, will think that this kind of bigotry is totally cool and totally normal. I've been saying this for fucking my entire career, and certainly for the last 3 years. We experience this in this space all the time. Asmongold is an unbelievably hateful person, right? And because most people in this sphere are too afraid to call him out, even if they don't actually agree with what he's doing, right? A lot of people in his community and also outside of his community think that sort of behavior is actually sweet, think that sort of behavior is actually totally appropriate, think those kinds of ideals are totally appropriate. It's okay to be bigoted. It's okay to be reactionary. It's not okay. Okay? That's it. It's not okay at all. This is why it's important for the community to self-regulate a little bit. Because if nobody says anything, okay, if people are too fearful to call it out, if people are too fearful to just like push back because it's the meta, the understanding for those at home watching is, oh, these kinds of jokes are totally fine. Okay, what Kami says, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. These kinds of jokes are totally fine. And it's not just homophobia. This extends to everything. It's like, you know, behavior like Asmongold running around and fucking saying Somalis are parasitic and they need to be excised by force from the nation's boundaries, that we should be hunting down immigrants in this country. Like, that is Nazi shit, okay? But because there are very few places on this platform, there are very few spaces on this platform where people actually push back, and most of the other communities are too afraid to call it out, even if they have an opinion on it. A lot of people think it's okay to say stuff like that. It's not okay. He called you an invasive species just fucking yesterday. Yeah, he's a nasty little freak. Nobody gives a shit. Obviously, I'll continue pushing back. Yeah, I love that they're showing people defending Max. Some kids watching might not have seen that before from someone in their life, and this gives them a way to relate and know that what they've experienced is wrong. Exactly. That's why it's good. That's why it's fucking good that this kind of stuff is happening in public. Cenat shows support towards Black Boy Max after he started crying on stream saying he didn't appreciate OJ disrespecting him. I don't like that. I'm 5-star. We're supposed to be coming together. Max sparked that stream, he says.
As soon as I start leaving, I see Max start crying. People making fun of other people. I don't like that. Dean don't like that. I'm 5-star, nigga. I'm 5-star. I don't like that. This is university. We all supposed to be coming together.
Yeah, he's right about that too. It's like, dude. He's right about that too. This is supposed to be a safe space, a space for fun, people getting together, people interacting with one another, growing a community, and then behavior like that is totally unacceptable. Okay? Behavior like that is totally unacceptable. This is part of the reason why there is a fucking terms of service, by the way. I know that for the longest time, people were like, oh, why do we have a terms of service? Oh, you're stopping me from being real. You're stopping me from being real. Oh, you're doing this just to be brand friendly. And perhaps people are doing it just to be fucking brand friendly, but I don't give a shit. Okay? Back in the day, brands did have this kind of standard that they would apply, and it made the space more habitable for gay people, for women, for trans people. We have to stop normalizing bigotry, man. It's fucking annoying because a lot of young people see that shit and they also want to fit in, right? A lot of young people see this stuff, they want to fit in, and they think this kind of behavior is the easiest route to this kind of behavior is the easiest route to generate clicks. This kind of behavior is the easiest way to make a quick joke. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, wanting to fit in is a huge part of how people develop their personality and how people develop their politics. Okay? That's part of the reason why I've always tried to make a community of this size that recognizes right from wrong. And actually, here, Max is live. We'll watch him address it too. But
like first couple of days, like, bro, just like, yeah, just been fun as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That ass. Yeah, bro.
Yo, 5-star.
Good.
Yo, how did I think that?
Dude, everyone's voice is gone. It's so
I
funny.
saw that nigga out on the grass. He was racing girls in heels. I don't know what the fuck that nigga was doing on that.
Yo, chat. They like mad as shit that you ended.
Yeah, by the way, the irony of people discovering in real time what people that go to college or university end up woke, it's not because of brainwashing, it's because you associate with others of different backgrounds, you're socialized properly and engaged in society in a healthy way. Exactly. It's also, we're inventing terms of service from first principles here. This is also part of the reason why you have to be like, this is appropriate, this is inappropriate. Like, you have to do pushback. You have to have some fucking rules and standards of engagement. Because if not, most people are going to lean in their fucking reactionary attitudes thinking that that is like the easiest route to make jokes. Okay? That's what's so funny about this is like, this is why some rules have to fucking exist, and because motherfuckers don't know how to behave.
Hey, bro. I came to the university chat and everyone here kind of was just like nice to me. I don't know.
For the record, you're not real. You're not real if you fucking behave that way. Okay? A lot of people on the internet especially have substituted, a lot of people on the internet have substituted leaning into their base desires, their vulnerabilities, their insecurities to bully others as like being real. You're not real, motherfucker. You're actually the most fake when you do that. Okay? When you're just like bullying someone else, when you're like, oh, cut it with this gay shit, it's demonic. You're not being a real one. You're not having real talk. You're fake as fuck. You're so fake that you're fake to yourself. Okay? You're fake. He doesn't know how Twitch works. No meme. Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? What the fuck is wrong? What happened? Why are you guys bullying me for my age?
Like, my character got attacked and couple things. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all is that at the end of the day, bro, nobody knows you like you know yourself. Remember that always. No one knows you like you know yourself. So I'm a person who's very emotional. I'm a very emotional person. That's just me being honest and real. And I kind of had an emotional roller coaster there where I'm just like at this high point, just having fun. And it's just like, damn, bro, you should kick me to the bottom, bro. And just stepped on me. And how you feel about me, the things I do, you don't have to agree with them. I don't ask anybody to agree with them. But I just want you to respect me as a person and let me be. Because at the end of the day, bro, I have love for every single person on this planet. Why? Because we're all human. So regardless of what you do in your life, your opinions, your thoughts, your mind, how you choose to represent yourself and portray yourself, that's on you. But I'm going to love you because God put us all here to serve him and to love each other. And the problem with social media, which I've told y'all many times if you watch my streams, is that it makes us hate each other. Why? Because we are competing with each other. Why the fuck do I know what Sally's doing in Wisconsin on a random Tuesday? That was never a thing before social media. So it's like, what I try to push is it's one love. Let's all love each other. Let's be a little less judgmental and appreciate what makes each other different. That's the only way this world will come together and become a better place, right? So when someone comes up to me and talks to me like that and tells me I'm a devil, I'm a demon, and compares me to the likes of Diddy and says my parents aren't proud of me and all this to get a clip off on me.
The thing that's
hurts
mad
my
annoying about this shit is also like,
because
like Diddy
I
isn't
can't reach
bad
yourself
because
with
he's
you.
bisexual. He's
It's
bad because
joking
he's a
and then it's-
rapist, bro.
damn, you attacking
Like,
my
what the
character
fuck is
every
wrong
day
with
because you
people?
telling me
I
to
like that
keep
the substitute for
because I'm putting
like
on a weight.
Diddy's behavior,
And you know what? That
it
type
became a
of shit shows
catch-all
me,
term for just being
damn.
gay, doing gay shit.
Imagine what LGBT.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with people, man? No, it's because he, you know,
about putting on
abused
weight.
people, okay? That's
straight
what's
man who
wrong
was raised,
about
yes.
Diddy.
There are girls out there who dress like tomboyish, if that's their style. They might be straight, they might like guys, but they still dress like tomboyish. There's no problem. What's wrong with me wearing a wig, having deer tatted, or wearing jackets with no shirt? If that's my style, that's my style. I feel like that's just not your business, bro. That's how I choose to portray myself. Why kick me down and compare me to somebody who has harassed and harmed people in the real world when all I do is spread love, positivity? And if you cared about me, why are you doing that in front of hundreds of thousands of people?
But yeah, it's good to see
OJ, you have my
support.
number.
Like, it's good to
We
see
DM before. I've known you since
someone
2022.
putting themselves
If you
out
cared
there
about
like
me,
this, and then
you
also
could've messaged me.
receiving, you
You
know,
could have pulled me to the side.
support from the community
you
in general. That's
Cared
good.
about likes, views, more than my well-being. So do not portray as you are trying to help and save me when you are just trying to boost yourself. And for that reason, I know you told Kai you feel bad and you want to talk to me, but you don't feel bad. I don't believe you feel bad. And I don't want to have a conversation with you because if you didn't get this backlash, you wouldn't feel bad. If the comments were like most of any comments to any other video talking about me, which is, yeah, this Max nigga, he's on the loose end, he pushing weird shit to kids, he's an oddball. OJ's right. OJ did great. I love OJ. You wouldn't have probably taught me the rest of the university. You would have just been happy and content with what you just did. So,
How many people
no
are
thanks,
watching this
bro.
right now?
I
Like
wouldn't like to have a
50,000, I
convo with you.
think.
But I don't wish any ill will on anybody, and I wish you the best in your journey and your success.
How did the
And I don't
bully
wish any
think it
evil
would
on OJ,
go?
'cause he doesn't
The
deserve
bully
it.
thought
He's a
that he
human
would
being
get
just like
positive
me.
clips
We're
off
all
of the
finding our way.
interaction. That's how he thought.
But regardless, though, yeah, bro, I lashed out a little bit after that happened, as y'all saw on stream. I walked away from OJ because I knew I was finna start crying. And I told Luca, cut the cam.
Even this is good. Like, he's just being,
Like a minute
again,
later,
he's
I
being
told Luca
real.
to cut
This
the
is
cam back
real.
on. That's
Being
when I talked to
vulnerable,
y'all, and there's tears
being
coming down my
vulnerable and
face.
being
the
open
reason I
about
did
your
that
emotions is being
because
real.
with this internet shit, all you see is what niggas choose to put up, right? I don't have to be live right now. I choose to be live. So niggas can carefully construct their life to make it look like the best form and version of themselves, which is very dangerous to all of you guys that are watching me right now. It's very dangerous because you end up being influenced by a life that is not real. So that's why I turned my camera back on, because even though I'm crying, some niggas might call me a bitch. Niggas might call me, hey, pussy, why you crying? I'm being myself. I'm an emotional human being. I feel emotions. As a man, it's okay to have emotions. And I wanted to share that with y'all because I had something to say. And I'm glad I did that, regardless of what someone might have to say about it. And at the end of the day, that's all I want y'all to do. Life is a roller coaster. You have your ups and your downs. It's never perfect. Ever. But that ride still keep going after that drop. All right. But yeah, in the stream, I just want to chill for a little bit. I know my throat fucked up, my voice fucked up, but Kai has put on a great event. And shout out my cousin, Morgan, as y'all know, Fat Boy Dip. He was telling me how much this shit blew up. And I don't want to end it on such a negative note. Like, It should be positive. Niggas made friends. Niggas had a great time. Kai's probably spending no pocket watch and shit. Millions of dollars to make this shit happen. So, and I appreciate it. Let's end this shit on a good note. And I don't want to stop this stream because of one person who was kind of off-putting. Because that's fucked up to y'all. All y'all people that watch me and support me and pay to watch me. You know? Like, y'all been supporting me, pushing me through this journey. You feel me? I'm gonna entertain y'all to the end of this streamer you shit. To the end of time. To be honest. Because I have a message to share. That's bigger than a fucking streamer, Black Boy Max. So, I love you guys. Thank you. We have club presentations like 15 minutes. I'm gonna go IRL. Y'all can take it out emote only. Let's have a good ass last day. Also, I want to say thank you to anyone that hit me up or texted me or checked on me. That shit really means a lot to me. Real shit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like it does. It does. It does. Thank you guys. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love you guys. Thank you for all of the subs. Lost Boy Bums.
Some of y'all are so fucking parasocial. Did you text them? Yeah, I did. I did. Why the fuck does it matter to you? What is this question, bro? What is this fucking question? Y'all are so goddamn parasocial sometimes. You're fucking 30 plus years old too, this community is. Jesus Christ. Anyway, all right. Yeah. So the good and the bad. The good and the bad. It's important to sometimes have a little bit of tough talk. Okay. It's important to sometimes have a little bit of tough talk. But yeah, I think this was a negative experience that turned into a learning experience fairly quickly. And a big part of that is because people were like, this is unacceptable, right? People in the community were like, this is unacceptable. And it's important to push back against that sort of thing. It's important to push back against that sort of thing because a lot of people are learning how to behave socially and who they are in the universe on the internet. Okay? And as more and more people spend more time with their social development online, they can learn the wrong lessons. Because as I've repeatedly explained over and over again, so many people lean into, like, so many people just want to fit in. We've all done it, right? We've all been there when we were growing up. You want to fit in. Okay? We all want to fit in. And when we see other people that we think are cool, right, behave this way, when we see people that we consider to be cool behave this way, when you're in school, and if the jocks were, clowning on the weird kid, like the student that didn't fit in, and you wanted to also present yourself as a cool kid, you would do the same thing. That's why I think it's important for content creators who have a shit ton of influence, regardless of their age, to recognize that responsibility that they have. Jocks in the big 2-6. I mean, you know what I mean, man. I'm trying to fucking explain social conformity in the most simple terms possible, okay? The fuck do you want me to do? There's a lot of dudes who see other people behave a certain way, and then they tailor their entire personality around that. And if no one is fucking checking them, if no one is being like, that's not cool, if no cool person is checking them and pushing back on it, then they think that kind of that kind of attitude, that kind of opinion is totally normal. And slowly but surely, that kind of behavior gets normalized. That's how it works. And yes, in this analogy, the streamers, the influencers, the personalities that a lot of young people are looking up to, a lot of young people are watching, are the quote unquote cool kids that are shaping the youth's perspective. Okay? So friction isn't necessarily bad, albeit it's better if there's no friction like this. But it's not necessarily bad if it turns into a reliable lesson on what is good behavior and what's bad behavior, what's unacceptable and what's acceptable. Right? So, yeah. But yeah, Andrew Tate fucking cooked an entire generation. Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, straight up. And now that motherfucker's going to prison. So yeah. Pack watch. On that note, we're moving on from Streamer University.